because I'm basing all my Final Four teams. There's one thing they all have in common, and that is experience. I'm taking to make the Final Four is this: Texas Tech, Baylor, Arizona, Kansas. 3 number 1 seeds, a 3 seed, 3 teams from the Big 12. So that's definitely going to go to plan. Especially anytime I pick Arizona, things always go very, very horribly. But I have these 4 teams making it. I have the Kansas Jayhawks as my champion, and here's why. Because of the word I said before, experience. When we look back at tournament, right? If you look back at recent NCAA tournament champions, the teams that are left standing at the end, the teams that are truly the ones cutting down the nets, have been older, experienced teams. Like if you look at the last 5 champions we have had, Villanova's won twice, Baylor won last year, North Carolina won, Virginia won. All, I guess, 4 of those teams, but 5 champions, all have been veteran-laden, easy for me to say, teams. They've all been teams that have been through the ringer, that have upperclassmen running the team, that have upperclassmen kind of being the leaders, complemented by young stars. Right? We know college basketball now is basically become one and done, right? Calipari at Kentucky, Coach K at Duke now. A lot of the big-time elite recruits are still going to college basketball, but they're going to those certain schools to go try to win a championship in 1 year and then bound to go to the NBA. But here's the thing. Teams like Kentucky, teams like Duke may have the most talent. But again, when you get into these tournament settings, when you get into now the part of the year where truly everyone is watching, right? No disrespect to college basketball. I do love college basketball myself, but let's call it for what it is. I know a lot of the national audience is not watching college basketball really until last week. Right? Conference championship week, when games are on at, Wednesday and Thursday at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it's great. And now let's start getting the brackets ready. Let's see, Duke is playing. Let's check them out. Right? A lot of teams or a lot of people, even yours truly, don't truly get into college basketball until later on in the year. So when you look at kind of the big names and a lot of talent, sure, Duke flies off. And Kentucky kind of really pops off the screen when it talks about all the 5-star recruits they have and all the talent that they have on their team. But again, in these settings, when it is 2 games in 3 days, when everyone is watching and caring, those older teams that don't kind of fold in the moment are the ones that have success. So experience, especially to get later on in the tournament, plays a huge, huge role in determining who advances and who doesn't. Now, as we know, the lights only get brighter, especially as the season, as the tournament goes along. The stage, literally, the stage gets bigger as the season and the tournament continues. So you have a lot of those younger teams led by freshmen, 3, 4, 5 starting freshmen in the lineup, in the fold. Those teams do tend to come up short, do tend to get panicked and not get the job done. So having sturdy veterans, having guys who have been there before to control your emotions, to not allow the team to get rattled, is huge. Which is why the 4 teams I picked, Texas Tech, Baylor, Kansas, and Arizona, in one way or another, all have the same thing in common. They are very experienced teams that I think will flourish on the big stage, where in other past years or even compared to other teams currently in the tournament, that lack of experience to me is something that's absolutely concerning. When you look at, let's say, Kansas, my champion for this year, 4 out of their 5 top scorers are upperclassmen. They have a ton of talent. They have a ton of experience. They've been in the tournament before. Bill Self obviously is a legend. He's been there a ton. He's won a national title. So you have now a lot of that important key experience that where, when they start playing, they're not going to get rattled. They're not going to have the look at the lights or look at the stadium and realize, oh man, we're in the Sweet 16 or Elite 8. This is big time. No. They'll be fine. They'll be calm. And I do think that they will continue to take that all the way through. They are my champion. Absolutely my champion. But Texas Tech, not a lot of people are picking them. You look at Texas Tech, team led by 4 seniors. Again, a ton of veteran experience on that team.